Hello everyone, welcome to Infinite Journeys. Subscribe and click the bell button now. Everything is connected for a reason. So relax and enjoy the experiences.
Tim, an ant, had always been different. Unlike the other ants in the colony, he was not particularly knowledgeable about the ways of the world. He was not strong, like the worker ants, nor strategic like the soldier ants. Yet, Tim had one thing that set him apart: ideas. Tim's mind was a fountain of creativity, constantly bubbling with new plans, innovations, and schemes. Every day, he would eagerly share his latest thoughts with the colony.
What if we built tunnels in a zigzag pattern to prevent intruders?
He suggested one day.
What if we stored food in smaller sections so it lasts longer?
He proposed another time.
What if we create a transport system using leaves to move supplies faster?
The other ants would listen with wide eyes, nodding in admiration. But when Tim tried to implement his ideas, the other ants never wanted to work with him. They thought he lacked the knowledge and skills to make them functional. They felt digging tunnels should be planned and structured. Also, they needed a leader, and that wasn't Tim. Like otherwise, the ants said that the tunnels would collapse and may cause a lot of damages. Also, when the food is not divided on time, they thought it would be spoiled and the leaves can fall apart before serving their purpose. Each time he faced failure, and each time he moved on to a new idea. No ants agreed to help for any of his ideas. However, something peculiar happened. Though the colony found his plans flawed, they secretly decided to take his ideas, refined them, and made them work. The Queen's advisor discussed his proposals in private, the engineers of the colony worked on better versions, and soon, Tim's failed ideas became a reality, but without him. The zigzag tunnels were constructed by the excavation team. The food storage system was reorganized by the suppliers, and the leaf transport was efficiently structured by the worker ants. The ants never credited Tim, but they marveled at his brilliance. He was an inventor without execution, a genius without recognition. And yet, strangely, Tim never questioned any of it. Whenever he saw a successful project come to life, he beamed with joy. He felt happiness for the colony's achievements, never once wondering why they never acknowledged him. Perhaps deep down, he wished someone would guide him, help him transform his ideas into something functional. But Tim was an introvert, and he never voiced this longing. He kept his struggles to himself, burying them beneath his unshakable enthusiasm. One day, after another failed idea, Tim felt unusually exhausted, and he sat near a pond. He wandered away from the bustling colony. Alone with his thoughts, he stared at a white lotus. The lotus spoke.
I have been watching you. You had always believed your strength was in ideas, but what good were ideas if you could never make them work? Challenge yourself, my friend. Think of one more idea and go for it. You will make it.
For the first time, doubt gnawed at him. He thanked the lotus and departed. While walking, he got frustrated. He grabbed a twig and started drawing in the muddy ground. At first, he doodled absent-mindedly, but soon his lines became shapes. His shapes became figure, and his figures became emotions. Then he drew the white lotus on a huge tree. Without realizing it, he was pouring out his feelings onto the ground. His joy, his frustration, his hopes, and his loneliness. And for the first time, he felt like he was doing something right. No one needed to help him. No one needed to fix his work. It was his, and it was completed. Tim continued drawing many images every day. He carved pictures on damp leaves, sketched patterns onto tree bark, and even used flower petals to create colorful images. Each artwork held a story, an unspoken emotion that he had never shared with anyone. One day, a passing grasshopper saw Tim's work and was amazed.
This is extraordinary. Have you ever thought of showing these to the entire garden?
Tim hesitated.
How would I do that?
The grasshopper introduced him to a group of insects who knew about something called the Web Exhibition, a place where creatures from all over shared their skills. With their help, Tim learned and understood a selected artist work will be showcased at an exhibition for everyone to view. Tim got selected. Soon things took an unexpected turn. His work gained attention. Ants, beetles, and even butterflies were moved by his emotional drawings. They saw in his art and something they felt but couldn't express, the joyfulness. Orders started pouring in, and then sponsors. Tim was no longer just an ant with ideas that went nowhere. He had found his true calling. The colony, who once took his ideas in silence, now recognized him openly. Everyone called him Emoist, the emotional artist. And for the first time, Emoist didn't just feel happy for others. He felt happy for himself. While Key and Martha are on their way to the next adventure, stay tuned for more stories shared by friends from other planets. Signing off, Earthy.
Thank you, Earthy, for the finishing. Thank you so much to my dear viewers and for your great support. To understand the link, watch our stories from the beginning, do subscribe and click the bell button for more coming up stories. Signing off, Key with Martha.